Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Shelly here and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a kind of like a talk through, get ready with me. I'm really not going to focus today on my makeup. I'm really going to just discuss the topic of this drama, all this craziness with Tarte. As you guys know, Tarte recently released the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation, and yeah, when I tell you guys that I have fume, steam, fire, everything blowing out through every hole on my entire body, you guys don't even understand like how upset I am at this company, how upset I am at this foundation release, launch, blah blah blah, all this nonsense. Like it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's 2018 and I'm highly confused as to what is going on, and it's just like we've had enough. We have had enough. Like we've had enough. Let me go ahead and moisturize my face because my face is super dry. We've had enough, and I try to stay away from drama as much as I can. You guys know that, but this is not drama. This is really personal. Like, if you are a person of color, you guys know, like, we're not coming from, you know, struggling yesterday. We're coming from struggle our whole entire life when it comes to racism, and it's just not okay anymore. You know, it's 2018 and I'm highly confused as to why we're still struggling with this. You know, 2 weeks ago it was the H&M thing with the, you know, monkey in the jungle with the little boy, and it's just like, really, H&M? Really? Like, how did that happen? How did that happen? Why are we going backwards? I'm really confused. And you know, a lot of people are speaking out because, you know, I was at church on Sunday, and it's Black History Month because it was Martin Luther King's, we had a Martin Luther King service at church, and my pastor was preaching, and he mentioned something as to, you know, why, you know, sometimes it's not, when it comes to certain things, I'm not saying people, when it comes to certain things, that, you know, we shouldn't run and be like, oh, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, and be forgiven quickly. He's like, certain things need time. And it's not saying that you shouldn't be forgiven, and it's not saying that, you know, we're not supposed to be forgiving Christians. But he made a point where he said, if the Jews run around every day talking about, you know, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, you know, the Holocaust would be, you know, they will go right back to where they came from, right back to where they started. And I'm like, it makes so much sense, because it's like, a lot of times things happen when it comes to racism, and a lot of times we get discriminated against, and I've stood quiet because it's just like, you know, what would Jesus do? What would God do? And in my head, I'm like, this is not right, and God is forgiving, and he forgives all and everything, you know, and it's what we should do. But at the same time, he don't want us to be stupid and end up at the back of the bus again after all our ancestors didn't fight so much for us to be free from slavery. And it's like, they did not work so hard for us to go backwards. Like, no. And what a lot of these companies and places need to understand is, we're not going to sit quiet. We're not going to brush it off. We're not going to be like, oh, I forgive you because, you know, you put out a statement that you're going to go and make 10 more shades. No, we should have been thought of in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And whoever controls this stuff, whoever runs this stuff, when they released the swatch, they should have been like, no. When they did that arm swatch, I was like, are you serious? So nobody, no one at Tarte Cosmetics could have said, yeah, we messed up and this is not going to be released when we wanted to release it, you know. Say to the public, you know, there was some hiccup in the foundation and we're going to have a later release date. You know what I'm saying? Say, make something up, but don't throw that out and then expect us to be quiet and you want to turn off your notifications and on social media, you know, and it's like, you know what, I'm like, no, you're bugging, you're bugging. And it's just like, I wasn't a lover for the Shape Tape concealer from day one. Like, so many people have run through so much of this. You guys watch my makeup tutorials, you know I never draw for this, like never, because one, Tan Sand is the shade that I had to purchase because I think the next shade after this is Deep, and Deep is my foundation shade. So I can't, why would I buy a concealer that is my foundation shade? So I bought Tan Sand and it's way too light for me. So I've never been a fan of this concealer, and I've said that I think in my huge makeup haul. I've said it's a good concealer. Like the overall consistency of the product, how it wears, it's a beautiful concealer, but there's no shade for me. So I've never been a person that pulls for that concealer every single day. That was never me. So the whole hype over the concealers, I was just never on that wave because there was no shade for me. My sister absolutely loves the concealer because Tan Sand is the perfect shade for her to conceal with. She loves it, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay. So many black girls, you know, use that shade or use Deep, and Deep works for them. But for my skin tone, I am not so on the deep side. I'm really between that like medium yellowish undertone for my skin tone. So, you know, it's never something that, you know, I gravitated towards because I was never able to find a shade that was like, yes. And even if you look at the Shape Tape concealers, I went to Tarte yesterday because, not Tarte, I went to Ulta yesterday because I was actually looking for the new NARS foundation because I wanted to test it out, but they didn't have it in the Ulta that I went to. And I was looking at the concealers because I'm like, I really wanted to try Deep again just to see if I missed out on it, because I purchased this concealer a long time ago and it's just been sitting. And I remember when I tested out Deep the first time, it didn't work for me and I just never looked back. I never looked back, and I'm like, let me look at Deep, let me swatch Deep again on my hand and see if I missed something, because I forgot who I was watching the other day. I forgot who I was watching the other day, but someone that I watch very frequently, their skin tone is very close to mine and they were using Deep, and I'm like, why does Deep look so good on them but it doesn't look good on me? You know, so I tried to go back to see if it would work for me, but they didn't have it. And it's Deep and then 2 other dark shades, and that is literally the whole color of the Shape Tape concealers. And then when you go backwards to the lighter shades, there's literally like 10 more shades for lighter skin tones, you know. So it's like, that is just so disappointing. That is just so disappointing. And for them to start off the year like this, wow. Wow, Tarte. Wow. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I mean, I want you guys to leave me your thoughts down below. The comment section will never be disabled when it comes to stuff like this. I'm just not here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. No company is gonna do that to us and we sit quiet. We should never sit quiet. You know what I'm saying? We should never sit quiet, because it's like, why? Why? We shouldn't take the fact that, you know, they said, oh, we're going to create 10 more shades, and then 10 more shades come out, and when you look at it, it's 3 more darker shades and then 7 more lighter shades. It's like, are you serious? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? No. Absolutely not. No. No. Because them telling us that they're going to create 10 more shades, it's like, okay, had we not lash out, would you guys create 10 more shades? Had we not lash out, would you guys create 10 more shades? Would you guys create 10 more shades? Had we not lash out? And the funny part is, as much as they create 10 more, as much as they want to talk about, oh, we're going to create 10 more shades, I can almost guarantee you, when you go into any Ulta or any store that sells these Tarte products, and I know Sephora don't mess with them anymore because I don't even see their stuff in Sephora anymore. Sephora don't mess with the concealers because I don't know if it's the Sephora that I'm going to, but I don't see it in Sephora. Like, I just don't. So maybe I'm not going to the Sephora that's carrying the Tarte Shape Tape, but I can only find that concealer in Ulta. And every time I go to Ulta, the dark shades are never there. They're always sold out. They're always sold out. That tells you that they're not producing enough stuff for us, the consumers. They're not. They're not. They're just like, screw you guys, you get what you get and you need to work with it. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching Alyssa Ashley's video and she's super light. She's so freaking light. She had to mix 2 shades to get her foundation shade. Forget Jackie Aina, because my skin tone is very close to Jackie Aina's skin tone. And you know what I'm saying? Jackie Aina, her face, one side looked like a freaking pumpkin and then the other side looked like a freaking orange that's not fully ripe yet. Why does she look like that? Why does she look like that? Why does she look like that? You know what I'm saying? Why does she look like that? That is unacceptable. Totally, completely, utterly unacceptable. Like, unacceptable. No. No. I've had enough of all these companies. I've had enough of them taking advantage of us. You know what I'm saying? I've had enough. I've had enough. Because I'm not going to let Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and all these people that work so hard to free us from all this nonsense go back. You know, it's like all the work that they did it in vain. No, I'm not going to sit for this. No, ma'am. Nope, it's not going to happen. And you know what hurts me the most? This is one palette that I rave about so much. Like this right here, like this is one of the best palettes that I've had in my collection. Like when I tell you that I've used, this is the first palette that I can show you shades that I've hit pan. I haven't hit pan on any of my other palettes. Like I have so many other palettes that I use and I haven't hit pan on any of them. This Tarte palette, I can use this palette every day for the rest of my life and I wouldn't be mad. Like there's no like colors or bright colors. It's a strictly neutral palette, but I could use this palette for the rest of my days and I wouldn't be upset because I love this palette so much. But if they're gonna keep up with this nonsense, it's just gonna have to end. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna keep up with this nonsense, you know, we're just gonna have to end the relationship. We're just gonna have to end the relationship and we're just not gonna do it anymore. We're just not gonna do it anymore. It's ridiculous. You know? It is absolutely ridiculous. I woke up this morning and I went on Instagram and I seen Jay Nice posting a video about, you know, cops being outside her neighborhood, and I'm like, here we go. You know, the first thing that came to my heart was, I hope she's okay, because they don't partial when it comes to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't partial when it comes to us, because it's crazy. Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind, because I know she just bought a house, she just moved, and even before I read what she wrote, I knew it was some kind of racial nonsense. I knew it was some kind of racial nonsense. If you see somebody walking out of a house and you don't hear nobody screaming, you don't hear nobody cursing, why would you not ask them, you know, like, I'm sorry ma'am, I heard something about a burglary, we're in the neighborhood checking out, is everything okay, you know, this is where you live, are you having any issues? Like, there's just certain way to go about doing certain things. But you know, they freaking handcuffed her cousin or her friend or whoever the person is, you know, and ramstacked this lady house, talking about there's a burglary, and not even questioning the fact that she could possibly live there. You know, they don't think we can live in big houses. They don't think we can drive, you know, a lot, you know, expensive cars. It's just like, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. And until we're all speaking out, we're going to be sitting here for the rest of our days. Until God decides to come and take back, you know, earth, we're going to be sitting here forever. We're not going to move. We're not going to progress, because only half of us, or a 3/4 of us, decide to speak out about it. You know what I'm saying? And then the president that we have makes it no better, because he hates us. He hates us. He disrespects all kinds of countries and think it's okay, but yet he's still in the White House. He can stay there. He can stay there, because guess what? When God is coming and when Judgment Day comes, nobody's getting excluded. Nobody is getting excluded. Nobody. Nobody is getting excluded. Nobody. So, you know, I'm letting God be the judge of him. But I'm talking about stuff that we got to speak out about, because it's out of control. It's out of control. It's out of control, and it can no longer be. I'm just lost for words. I'm upset. And sometimes, you know, when you're upset, you don't want to say things out of context. But it's just like, I'm just so over it. I'm just so over it. You can't, there's certain things that you can't come back from, you know? And it's not like, you know, in the future, you know, a couple months from now, you know, they fix it and they come out with some apology note, you know, it's gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna forgive them. Of course, it's gonna be like, okay, you know, they finally get it, because it was a lot of companies that struggled, they struggled for a while, you know, they struggled for a while. But, you know, same thing like what, you know, what Alyssa Ashley mentioned in her video. That other company, was it Too Faced? I think it was Too Faced, or one of those other companies. They just couldn't get it with the dark shades, and they reached out to Jackie Aina like, hey, we need you to come work with us because we have a problem and we need help. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they apologized and they tried to fix the problem. But I've always noticed, like, when, you know, when you look at this company that we're talking about, because it's not like you guys don't know what it is. When you look at freaking the Tarte, I don't even follow them much on Instagram, because, you know, so many people on Instagram, sometimes you don't even get to see a post from a company. But I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel, and I've been noticing from the other day, and I just recently subscribed to their YouTube channel, but I've been noticing from the other day that every time they post something, is always a Caucasian person. You almost never, like never, I've never seen a woman of color posting something on that company's YouTube page. Never. Like, never, ever, ever. And I've always wondered, like, are these people racist? Like, what the hell is their problem? What is their problem? Because it doesn't make any kind of sense. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And it's like, where we're coming from and what happened in 2017 with the release of the Fenty foundations, and then Huda Beauty came out and was like, yes, I'm on the bandwagon. Like, what are you guys talking about? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Huda Beauty came out and killed it with the foundation range. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hated the foundation. A lot of people loved the foundation, but Huda Beauty did not get no kind of heat when it comes to the foundation shade. NARS just freaking did their release of their foundations. And for a company as big as Tarte to freaking release that arm swatch, like, they should be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? They should freaking be embarrassed. A lot of people that's talking about the situation and mentioning, you know, that it's a problem. And of course, not everyone that doesn't have any kind of melanin in their skin tone is gonna address the situation, which we're not looking for them to do that. There's a lot of people that are speaking out about, you know, everything that's happening with the company. And of course, I'm not looking for anyone of a lighter skin tone to basically defend, you know, the situation. But I feel like if you're gonna have a platform, a huge platform, where you basically have people of melanin color, your supporters, then you should say something about it. You know what I'm saying? You should make it your point of duty to say something about the whole situation. And I don't care. I'm calling names because, you know, I support this person, and I'm talking about Nikki Tutorials. Like, her video was the first video that I seen her video last night, and I didn't even know about the whole not having enough shade, you know, for women of color. I didn't even know from watching her video that that was an issue. Wherever she typed up, whatever she typed up, and whatever she did, I did not even know that there was an issue with the foundation range of shades. I did not know from watching Nikki Tutorials. I missed it. I missed it. You know, sometimes when you watch certain videos and because certain things, they put it so small, you kind of like miss out on it. So she must have typed up something in her video, or she must have made some kind of disclaimer, writing something about they're coming out with 10 more shades or something like that. But there's not a, like, as soon as Nikki Tutorials put out a video, I'm on it, because her talent is so crazy, and she has such a large following base that I expected more. I expected more. I expected for her to say something. I expected for her to, you know, address the situation. I expected way more from her. And I'm not saying she should go, you know, beat up Tarte and whatever the case is, but she should have at least address the situation, because there's so many women of color that support Nikki Tutorials. There's so many women of color that watches her videos. You know what I'm saying? I am one of them. You know what I'm saying? But for her to have such a huge, you know, platform and not speak on an issue that matters so much, you know, that's a problem. That is a problem. And that shows you, you know, who uses their platform for what they uses their platform for. I didn't get anything that there was an issue with the foundation shades from watching Nikki Tutorials video. And I'm not looking for Nikki to defend, you know, black people. I'm not looking for Nikki to be like, you know, I'm gonna start a war, or, you know, whatever the case is. But she could have said something. How can you not say something about you know, something so tedious. How could you not? And I know a lot of people are gonna talk about, oh, she's probably trying to stay out of drama. She don't drama. This is not drama. This is not drama. This has nothing to do with drama. This concealer really, really, really messed up my face. Like, look at this. Why did I use that to contour? I never use concealers to contour. I don't know why I decided to do that. I don't know why. I'm just gonna have to go back over this area with a little bit of concealer because I can't have my face looking a hot mess. I just can't. And I know some people are probably gonna comment and say, well, it's not her place to say something, or this is not her fight, or whatever they want to say. I don't care. I don't care, honestly. But in my opinion, you have a huge platform. You have all kinds of people from all different races, all different colors, everybody that's supporting you. When it comes to stuff like this, you should have said something. And that's my opinion. That's what I have to say. You should have said something. Like, no, you should have said something. There's this other girl that I was watching because, you know, I'm watching a lot of these videos and seeing, you know, what people are saying, and, you know, and I'm like, this other girl, she's basically like, she basically said, oh, it's not okay, and I wouldn't want to go into Sephora, not Sephora, I wouldn't go into Ulta and try to buy this foundation, and I wouldn't be able to get my shade. That wouldn't feel right. But then after she addressed the situation, she was like, but they're coming out with 10 shades. So she's basically saying, oh, we need to shut up and give them a chance. Like, that was basically her argument. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, if you're not gonna address the problem how the problem needs to be addressed, you might as well shut up. You might as well shut up, because you don't have to worry about finding your shade. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you know, she got the PR package, and as soon as she opened the PR package, there was her shade sitting right there looking at her. She didn't have to mix nothing. She didn't have to wander and ponder about nothing. She didn't have to worry about not having her shade there. There was her shade looking right at her. So I'm like, girl, this is like, this is beyond your little situation, what you got going on, talking about, you know, if, you know, they're gonna come out with 10 shades and we need to give them a chance. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I'm like, if you don't have anything good to say, why are you speaking? Why are you speaking? This concealer that I use to contour is so dark. That's why I don't mess with things that I'm not used to. I wanted a flawless face today. I wanted a flawless face, and this is just, it was okay to contour my face. I should have probably went a little bit light-handed. A little bit more light-handed. But I went a little bit overboard and I got screwed. And these lines these two white lines that I put on top of this, I forgot the girl name that she does this with her makeup all the time. I love her videos and she always does this. She's a master at it. This is my first time doing it, so mine's look a hot mess. Mine's look a little bit cray-cray. Alright guys, so I think I've said everything that needed to be said, everything that I wanted to say. Yeah, it's just very sad. It's very disheartening. It's like completely, totally unacceptable. I don't know if there isn't anyone in that company that could have stepped up and said something. I don't know what is going on over there. I have no idea why that, how could that even happen. The makeup world is not what it used to be. We're stepping out and we're being very critique, and we want good stuff, we want quality stuff, we want high-end stuff, we want low-end stuff, we want basically everything for everybody. So I feel like if Fenty came out last year, their very first launch with 40 foundation shades, to where there wasn't a person that could say I just can't find my shade. Like, it was so bad. There's no one that I've seen that was just like, I just couldn't find my shade. Like, I feel like everyone was literally able to find a shade in the Fenty foundation. Forget about the Huda Beauty foundation. Like, the Huda came out and rocked it just right away. Like, we're not even gonna mention MAC, because MAC is a company from day one, was literally like the only company that was catering for women of color. Bobbi Brown, Iman in the drugstore, you know, Maybelline stepped up their game with their, you know, foundation shades. Freaking drugstore companies that are really kicking ass when it comes to like expanding and making us feel like we're not left out. That foundation swatch arm, whatever that was, that should be banned from the internet, because that's just not okay. But it's just like, when are we gonna move on from that? When are we gonna move on? When are we gonna wake up one day and not have to worry about, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to talk shit about this company today because they were so out of line? When are we gonna be able to do that? When? What were they thinking? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't grasp it. But like I said in the beginning of the video, this video is really not about this look. I mean, if you guys have any questions about what I used or how I did it, or if you guys want to see how I created this look, if you guys ask down below in the comments, of course I'll go ahead and recreate this look for you guys. But it's very similar to my last makeup look that I released a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's very similar to that video. So if you guys are interested, I'll go ahead and film this one if you guys are interested. But it really wasn't about this makeup, so I'm not even gonna leave the products listed down below, because I just wanted to focus on this company and this foundation nonsense. It's just ridiculous. It needs to stop, and we're over it. We're over it. I'm not saying that I'm going to get rid of everything that I have. Tarte, this palette that they made with Shayla that I bought, and I haven't used it much. It's not a bad palette. I like this color, but it's just not my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying that I would never ever purchase anything from Tarte in the future, but they need to step up their game. They need to do it fast, and they need to come correct the next time. So that's about it. That sums up this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave your comments down below, because, you know, I don't have a problem with not disabling my video if it's not a positive video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next one.